on. So our complete infrastructure, like the power, I would say, of our future, what we're building towards, it has two components. And one component's the web. So it's everything we're doing on the web, which includes, like, you know, Bill's an expert in SEO, which is the whole SEO and driving people to the web, then building the website that's a consumer experiencing consumer engagement because people are on the web. But that's one half of it. The other half is the power of the engine of the database. So like Thad, we send out all the email marketing, we send out all the campaigns, we do all the farming for our agents. Why? Because they're not good at it. And we can do it inexpensively and just lower the cost and with the economies of scale. So it's a constant engine where they're feeding into each other at the hub, where everything we're driving from the web goes to the database. There's the agent sphere of influence is the database. We're driving those people to the web. And it's this yin-yang, which is the power. And then the way I've designed it, kind of in a visual that I brought, but it's is like a wheel and hub, a spoke and hub, where that's the hub of it, and then all of the spokes are the different ways we drive marketing to either into the web or into the database, and then how they're constantly. And then the social media piece that's wrapped around it, which is just the new way we engage with our relationships, that's just exponentially more powerful with that sort of consumer engagement than the tools of the past. So it's website, database, database, website, where new tools feeding into it that enables us to produce more momentum in those two things.
Capture leads.
Yes.
Hand them off.
And feed them in the database.
And I think you're in the same.
Yeah, and I think 5 years from now, I'll be hopefully overseeing a very, very comprehensive, true lead through marketing, through accounting, through follow-up, with the web, with the mobile sites. I think every associate's going to have a mobile app. Everyone's going to have a mobile site. I can tell you the infrastructure we built, it works for all of our agents are going to be able to have their own branded mobile sites. But there's no true phenomenal system that's from soup to nuts that takes the whole entire process, and someone's going to have an open system that will allow when new technologies to come in to actually be integrated without a whole lot of nightmares. And I think that's what I'm going to be spending a lot of time on in 5 years, because it's really not here today.
No, it's not here today.
You know, and I'd add one more thing too, Sherry. It's just our people. Like, we talk about a lot of technology, or I talk a lot about technology because I'm very passionate about that. But I have the most amazing people, and they kind of trust where we're leading the company. They're on the ground working. We have that sort of relationship, and my commitment is to continue to just bring in really great people in order to serve really great customers, and not be just in this recruiting mindset. If you hire anybody, throw them through the funnel, and you have a good few good ones come out.
It's got to go away.
It's got to go away.
So there's a question here. No, you're just holding the mic. We can take a couple of other questions from the audience if anyone has one, and I have one final question I want to ask the panelists. Anything else from the audience? You're all thinking quiet. Okay, so
I think everyone's hungry.
Everyone's hungry, that's right. Yeah, the only thing between lunch and is 5 more minutes of talking. That's right. So I'm very interested in this question here. What else do you do to build culture for your agents? And Thad, you and I were on a panel last week at another conference where we built a next generation brokerage. And you'll remember the last slide that we built, the 4 of us, where it was a circle. Yeah. And there was, one thing in the center of the circle. You remember what it is?
Yes.
Yeah. So can you talk about that for a second? Wait, no, it was you. It was you.
Yeah, I mean, for culture on our end, I think why we've done such a good job is that at the end of the day, it's all revolved around the ownership involvement. And that's hard when you're talking about a big broker that's spread out with franchises. So it's much easier to do in our types of model. But our company involvement, my involvement and my partner's involvement, and the way our treatment of our agents has been disseminated throughout the organization has been really viral, and that's generated a huge amount of attraction to our organization from agents from other companies. We've done it in a lot of different ways, but the primary way is through collaboration and spending time with one another. Mm-hmm. We have events all the time. We have an incredible softball picnic every summer, and we were actually the first company to ever rent Wrigley Field, and we played our first softball tournament on the field. We have an incredible holiday party. We didn't do away with it in 09 or 010, even though times were tight. We thought that if anything, our agents needed a party more than ever. We have movie night where we invite brokers from other offices to come. It's a soft recruiting event, but there's really no recruiting added. It's just an appreciation to other brokers that have done deals with our properties where they come and they have a movie and it's fully catered and there's wine and beer and it's a great time for mutual collaboration with agents from different offices. But it's really about a really nice environment. The KW guy that was up here before said, we try to love our new franchises, and it's really true. There's a personal involvement in there, but there's a level of authenticity behind it where it's not a sales job. It is a real relationship, and there's a real value there. And I think that goes very heavily into how you pick the agents that work with you, and at the end of the day, why you choose them to go. And we've never let anyone go because of a volume issue, but we have let a lot of people go because of a personality or a personal treatment issue.
Yeah, and so what we talked about last week and what we're talking about here is the CEO of the brand or the company or the brokerage sets the vision and needs to personally be involved in everything that takes place. And with that, and with you and your partner, that happens, and that's what builds culture. That's the most important part of a brokerage company. And one of the things that I've found over the past several years is a lot of companies have gotten big, and the broker owner, the CEO, has distanced himself or herself and has gotten involved in other things and has allowed others to come in. And that, I think, is a problem. And so I'll let the two of you just make one comment on that, and then we'll wrap it up for lunch. So, Krisstina, I think you agree.
I agree. I mean, we're after building a good life culture. It really is about the good life, and we do things like we video our customers and ask them what a good life is to them. And my agents are all over the website. What is a good life? And that's what we're after, and that's the culture we're working and bringing throughout. Just a very consistent experience from the agents to the consumer.
Consistent experience, I like that.
Consistent, yes.
And Ken, well, we know your culture. At least I do.
Yeah, I love the good life.
I want to know is the luxury the luxury brand is going to be like the very
exactly
good life. The very good life.
Maybe Krissina's going to become a franchisor.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. But what you need is like-minded people, and we find having a team approach really, really works. And if you show appreciation to your team, they're going to appreciate you a whole lot more. And it's got to be genuine. It's got to be real. And that's where it starts.
Well, I mean, what I noticed, and I'd want to know if you two agree, is, there's so much emphasis on let the agent build their brand, let the agent build their brand, let the agent build their brand. And
have you ever seen an agent build brand?
They're not very good at it, and so brutal. It's all, and I'm just like, my agents love our brand. Your agents love your brand. Your agents love your brand. Your agents love your brand. And I do see if there's more of a shift around the brand of the whole that people can trust, and not just all these soldiers on the ground trying to build a brand when they don't know what a brand is.
Yeah, we encourage our agents to build their own brand for sure, but we help them build their logo. We help them with their brochure and their personal brochure. We don't let them take a flyer at it on their own if they weren't graphic design majors. Because usually the end result is a photocopied, cockeyed snake.
Exactly.
That,
with their dog on it or something.
Right. Yeah, or the picture with the two cats.
Yeah, I know. Believe me, we've seen everything. And so I want to thank the three of you and thank the audience as well for your questions, and hopefully you got a lot out of this panel. So thank you.